My name is Glenn Lucas. I live in Knocklanagad. It's at the foothills of Mount Leinster. Being located here really helps my frame of mind. We live in the country, we have sheep all around us, we're looking at green fields all around us, we have no traffic, and just a really peaceful and quiet place to live and work. It was my grandfather who influenced me to become a craftsperson. I remember him making beehives when I was a child. He also used to make toys, wooden toys for us. And when I was in secondary school also, I got interested in wood turning at the age of 16. Very quickly I realised there was a market for what I was making. Teachers used to buy wooden bowls from me. Also other students, mainly the girls, bought jewellery boxes, wooden rings, bracelets and so on. I've always enjoyed working with wood. I knew when I left school I wanted to be a cabinet maker, but very quickly into my cabinet making apprenticeship I really got an urge to go towards wood turning, and I had a good market for what I was making at that time, so it was time to leave cabinet making and make a career in wood turning for myself. The craftspeople I would admire would be, first of all, Liam Flynn, who's a wood turner based in County Limerick, Frances Lamb in Dundalk, and Sarah Flynn, she's in County Cork. But I would admire anyone who decides to make a living out of craft. I would see myself primarily as a production turner. About 90% of my time goes towards making salad bowls and platters, and the rest of my time would go towards making art pieces for exhibitions. I'm also known now as a demonstrator and a teacher. I'll be giving classes for my workshop here in the new year, and also I've been invited to lecture and demonstrate in the USA and the UK. I would get my inspiration from nature, especially with my art pieces. If you take, for example, a tulip bulb or an onion or an egg which has a perfect form and a perfect wall thickness, or almost anything. Design is very important in that a salad bowl must have perfect proportions. Its base must be the right size so that it doesn't fall over. And also weight is a factor in that a lot of my work is shipped abroad, and I need to keep the weight down. What excites me about my work is it's given me a chance to travel. It's also given me an opportunity to meet many new people, and it's the excitement in people's faces when they're given a piece of my work, and that's really something special. The process starts by first finding the correct tree that's free from knots, free from any defects, and also has a very pleasing grain pattern. Next of all, I have to cut it up with a saw into suitable sizes, and then it's placed on a wood turning lathe, and it's shaped, roughly shaped on the outside and on the inside. The next in the process then is to bring it to a kiln, and in the kiln it spends about 10 weeks at about 35 degrees Celsius, and that will remove all the moisture from it. So it'll mean that the piece is stable, it'll never warp, it'll never crack, and it'll keep the shape that I make it. When it comes out of the kiln, it goes back on the lathe. It's trued up because it would be oval after coming out of the kiln, and it would be sanded. It would get a coat of oil, which would be made from nut oil, and then it would be packaged. And that would be, it's quite a long process from start to finish. You know, people like the look of the wood. They like its grain pattern, its warmth, and it's possibly this that makes them connect with it. The people who buy my work would be discerning customers. They want beautiful pieces around their home. For example, the Irish President would have purchased pieces to present to heads of state abroad. Also, the Lord Mayor of Chicago, Mayor Daley, was presented with one of my pieces last year. And one of the greatest compliments I was paid with recently was a local farmer who came in here, and he was looking at my work, and he looked at me and he said, "It's amazing what you can do with a bit of a stick."